Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Greedfall, where we have just finished the Trial of Water, which didn't include a lot of water now that I think about it. I guess there was that one well that had like a very prominent function in the trial, so I guess that's why it's called like that. But yeah, I still have to report back to the council and we'll see what they think about my performance, I suppose. So, let's go and talk to Glendon, is his name, I believe.
Bertir to mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
Alright, thank you.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fridi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual, and in so doing the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of ruse and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits.
Okay.
The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enon Milfrictiman now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago.
Okay.
Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Dedra, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
My mother, alas, can tell us nothing more.
Yes, I heard about your loss, Siora. And divorced Tirse. Mourning is a difficult time to pass.
And divorced Tirse. Thank you, Glendon.
Dedra is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekid and Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendon.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
So your High King has been missing for several months already. That seems like a pretty big thing. I'm surprised that no one told me about this before. Can I talk to you again?
Hello, Glendon.
Björt Tirtomadon Olmenawi. What can I do for you?
Let's see. Okay, this is just the stuff that I already asked. In that case, never
I
mind.
must leave. Goodbye.
Kwa'awalamsek.
Okay, apparently we have another task ahead of us, which is to find the High King. Let me have a look at my journal. Speak to Constantine about the sanctuary. Oh, okay, so in order to find the High King, I have to talk to Constantine first. Alright. But I did get a new quest, specifically a companion quest for Siora. Finally. So, I guess I will do this first before continuing with the main mission. And yeah, I need to talk to her about the missionaries in her village. I vaguely remember that. It's been a while ago. But maybe let's read this codex entry first. Glendan is the healer of the Vogelike Credace clan, the guardians of the heart of the village of Dohatgenedu, as well as the head of the Tearfredi Council. Honest and upstanding, he is in charge of organizing the meetings of the clan leaders, as well as ensuring that the election of the High Kings are held properly. He is also the protector of the Credace Sanctuary. Okay. So, Siora, you want my help. Let's talk.
Karans, I need to talk to you. I have to ask you for another favor.
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mine shakers in my village?
Yes. If I understand correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies against the lions because they hate them as much as we do, my mother would never have traded the spirits of the people of the village in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted to be buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Sure, let's do it right now.
Of course. Let's go.
Okay, so question the missionaries about the agreement they reached with Queen Bloodnit. Well, first of all, I guess I would like to change my team a little bit for this. Specifically bring Petrus along, since we're dealing with the missionaries. And then we will try to find them and talk to them about whatever is going on here. So, let's change up the team. I need to replace Afra with Petrus. There we go. And now let's travel to Vedrat. Apparently that's where I need to go. Okay, so it is somewhere right inside this village, or do I have to go somewhere else? No, it's right here. Oh, I see. The missionaries are just standing around in this village. Okay, guys, let's talk. Missionary Sister.
Hello, my child. What a pleasure to see someone come to us with such eagerness. Do you want to hear the word of Saint Matthias and come into the light?
Not really, Father. My name is de Sardet. I'm the legate of the congregation.
Nice to meet you, Your Excellency. What can we do for you?
I have a few questions for you. So, I heard you made an agreement with Queen Bloodnit?
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bloodnit.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. But since you are asking us, we swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against the Alliance.
Okay.
In exchange, its inhabitants will have to renounce their pagan cult and turn towards the light.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one who encouraged me to become a Donegad.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only true path, even if she was attached to traditions. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your own rituals.
She had an engraver come to Valristal. He carved your strange symbols in the stone.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but liars.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
By not respecting us, you are committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is a crime that we punish severely.
Because you think that you can administer justice here. I am the daughter of Bladnid, and you are...
Siora, let's not get into another battle and make new enemies. Let's go find this stone.
That is an excellent idea. Then you will see that we are telling the truth.
Okay, so I need to find that stone in Fal Ristal, and then I can either confirm or not confirm what these missionaries are telling us. And if I understand this correctly, the problem is basically that they are claiming that they made an agreement with Queen Bladnid where she essentially promised to convert and by extension her entire village in return for military support from the Teleme. Okay, I mean, that wouldn't be an uncommon strategy. There are some interesting real-life examples for that kind of strategy, so maybe a little story time. When the first Europeans arrived in Japan in the 16th century, the country was basically in a state of civil war. The civil war had been going on for a while already, so it was not because of the Europeans, but it basically was a bunch of samurai clans and regional lords, so-called daimyo, who would fight each other over power. And when the Europeans, specifically the Portuguese, arrived, they obviously also wanted to convert the country to Catholicism. And one strategy they used was to promise certain favors to those daimyo who promised to convert, like weapons, firearms, gunpowder. And yeah, a lot of daimyo did convert, and whenever one of them converted, all of their subjects usually had to convert as well. So it was a very successful strategy, for a while anyway. It didn't really work out in the long run because in the end, the daimyo who won the conflict and unified the country, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, he was not one of the converted ones. And I mean, the missionaries kept trying, and there's an interesting occurrence where, like, the chief Portuguese missionary went to Toyotomi and basically offered him, like, a Portuguese fleet of warships and troops, and to rally the support of all the Christian daimyo as support for Toyotomi's planned war against, I think it was Korea. However, that generous offer spectacularly backfired, because apparently at that point Toyotomi realized, if they can offer that kind of military power to me, they can offer it to my enemies. And apparently all they have to do for that is to promise to convert. And 2 weeks later, after that meeting, he issued an edict where he basically expelled all missionaries from Japan. And that was only the beginning, because eventually almost all Europeans were expelled from Japan. And the only ones that were allowed to maintain like one trading post in Japan were the Dutch, because the Dutch hadn't been involved in that kind of political meddling quite as much. And apparently they were willing to just trade without the proselytizing. So the Portuguese missionaries, they all had to leave. And their strategy of, you know, political interference definitely backfired on them, because for about 200 years, no Europeans, except for, you know, some exceptions like the Dutch and so on, were allowed to enter Japan and trade with them. But yeah, we need to find out if this is the case here as well, if that kind of deal actually happened. And where exactly would I have to go to find this stone? Oh, it's all the way over here. But there's a camp right next to it, so I think I can just travel to that camp quickly. Let's use this travel spot over here. And there we go. Okay, where exactly would that stone be? Somewhere over here? Oh! What's going on here? Why are there bandits in this place? That is rather suspicious. So no, I don't think they are here by accident. Do we find anything of interest on them? No, they're just random bandits, apparently. Suspicious. Very suspicious, though. Okay, so, is that your stone? Because it seems broken. Huh.
Here's the stone we were looking for. It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher the symbols.
Very
Strange,
suspicious,
isn't it?
It is.
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. An artisan who makes the stones speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadeg's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret writing that the keepers of promises always learn. Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write, and they take care of it.
Okay, so we need to find the person who wrote the symbols, or carved the symbols into the stone. But yeah, I mean, it is certainly no coincidence that the stone ended up being destroyed. I mean, why should random bandits destroy the stone? That doesn't make any sense. Someone must have sent them to do this. And I guess the missionaries would have a motive if the stone doesn't say what they claim it said. Then again, I suppose the natives would have a motive as well if it did say what the missionaries said. So I suspect that the missionaries might be behind this, but I guess we will need confirmation for that, because in theory it could have been the natives as well. Okay, let's travel to Verdrace and let's look for the guy who wrote these symbols. Let's see, it's somewhere up here. But I'm not going in the right direction. Yeah, I'm onto you. I think you may have been doing some shady business again.
It looks like no one's there, but the door's left open.
Okay. Search the workshop of the Keeper of Promises. Oh boy. I feel that this might not be the normal state of this place. But okay, let's look at all of this stuff.
Empty.
Okay, nothing here.
Everything is broken and turned upside down.
Yes. Why? What happened here?
A sculpted engraved stone. What happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
It's as if someone wanted to meticulously destroy everything in this workshop.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Donkas's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigador and we'll find out.
Okay. So, Athena apparently thinks that the Keeper of Promises himself destroyed his workshop. But I mean, it could have been other people as well, I suppose. But, you know, if, like, bandits or strangers would have entered the village to destroy this place, I feel someone else would have noticed. So if the Keeper of Promises himself destroyed all of this, then maybe it's because he regretted what he carved into the stone? I have no idea what's going on here. But, okay, I need to travel to Vigigador? That's the name of the place, right? And maybe we can find this guy and he can give us some answers here. Where's the travel stone? Okay. Let's keep moving. Yes, Vigigador. And we're already here. So, Guess we're going to talk to Dunkers about this. Maybe he can help us out.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
I'm looking for the Promise Keeper.
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Okay, why?
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renaigse. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesrad. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him.
Okay, so the Promise Keeper was anti-Renaigse. Well, that could mean that he destroyed the stone in his workshop because he didn't want people to know what Bladnid said to the missionaries. So where would I find him?
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods south of here. He knows the area well. Is there anything else?
No, that would be it, I suppose. Thank you.
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum seg.
Okay, well, guess we still have to move on finding that guy. Also, I feel that if he was like one of the very few people who can actually write, he could have found another way to, you know, prevent this agreement from happening. He could have just written other stuff on the stone. So I'm not sure if he was the one who destroyed all of this. I'm pretty sure there would have been more subtle means for him to, you know, prevent this agreement if that's what he was trying to do. But yeah, let's head over to that place. It is not very far away. I need to go to the right. I'm not sure if I have been to this place already. Guess we will find out. So this should be the right way. Yes, it is.
It is Karadeg. He's over there.
Right. He's just sitting here. Why? What are you doing here?
Siora, Bertir Tumad Donegad. What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Yes, I need to talk with you about some stuff you may or may not have done.
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them. So they call on the Keepers of Promises. Those who want to become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you are a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadeg.
Do you want to know anything else?
Yes, I need to know about a very specific agreement that you carved in stone.
We would like to ask you about a stone you supposedly engraved.
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it? I should never have accepted to seal such a promise.
Okay.
I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Bladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you, but I will not. The Renaigse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will disappoint you just like they disappointed your mother. I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life, and because of them, I am forced to hide here.
So, the missionaries are threatening you? That is very suspicious. I mean, apparently Queen Bloodnet did make an agreement with them. So, why would the missionaries threaten him? Oh, I don't have a lot of options here. Offer him to join the rebels, but I do not have enough intuition for this. Threaten to give away the location of his hideout to the priest. I don't like that option. I mean, he just told me about how the Renaigse are threatening him and stuff like that, so I don't really want to be like him. However, I think there is another option here. I could just exchange Petrus for Vasco, because Vasco gives me more intuition, and then I should be able to pass this intuition check. And I definitely prefer it over threatening the poor guy, so I guess I will just try to come back later with Vasco and my team, and then we will try this again. I hope I can still do this once I return.
I understand your fear. Take some time to think and we'll come back later to see you.
Oh, apparently I did get a new quest here. Negotiate Karadek's return to Vigigador with Dunkers. Oh, apparently that is also an option that I can use. Yeah, sure, let's go back to Dunkers. And maybe I can just convince him. So, Dunkers, where is your abode? Okay, it's somewhere up here. Alright, Dunkers. Is there any way I can convince you to take back your Promise Keeper?
What brings you here on Almanawi?
Yes, let's talk about the Stone Engraver's fate.
We found Karadeg. You were right. He was hiding in the woods.
I know him well. Like I know everyone in my clan.
His life is in danger. Some priests from Teleme are searching for him, and they won't leave him in peace.
So they are the ones he fears.
Dunkas, you cannot let him fall into these priests' hands. He is one of us.
I know, but my role as a chief is to preserve the peace in this village. Being chased by the Renaigse probably only stirred up his anger. I do not wish to take the risk of him bringing it here.
Well, let's see. So, apparently I can convince him by using intuition, but this time I only need one intuition. So, I guess that's what I will do.
You wish to create balance between your people and the Renaigse, don't you?
Indeed.
But how can there be balance if all those who oppose your vision are simply pushed aside?
I did not push him aside. He is the one who left and gave his support to the war he was dreaming of.
And yet, he kept the symbol of your clan with him. We found it in his house.
You are both right. I must be capable of maintaining peace, even with those who think differently. Tell him that he can come back.
Thank you, Dunkus.
Is there anything else?
No, that's about it.
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum seg.
Okay, so now I can return to... Oh, they just transported me back here, so that's actually rather convenient. And I still don't fully understand the whole picture here, because the missionaries really only have a reason to chase this guy if his engraving does not support their version of the story, right? But obviously there was some kind of agreement with Queen Bloodnet, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe he will finally tell me what's going on here.
Renaigse you have returned.
Indeed.
We would like to talk once more about the glyphs on this stone.
I told you that I did not want to hear about this promise any longer.
Well, I have made an agreement with Dunkus though, so you can return.
You wanted to go back to your original clan, didn't you? You were hoping that Dunkas would welcome you. He is prepared to do so. He simply hopes that you will put aside the anger that is inside you.
When I left, I thought Dunkas was too soft, too nice with the Renaigse. I was hoping to fight them with Bladnid. But in the end, she also chose to negotiate with them. So, I might as well go back home. Thank you for convincing him to take me back. Here, take this piece of tree bark. I hope that it will help you to chase these Renaigse away, Donegad. And I did not think I would say this one day. But thank you, Renaigse.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions.
Okay.
I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Iselt.
So there was an agreement, but it did not involve any kind of conversion. It was basically just a treaty of support. I mean, I feel that this tree bark is not the best kind of proof, because he could have just written whatever on it. He could have written it after the fact. It might not have been the same that was on the stone. But then again, he could have written something entirely different on the stone in the first place, and the missionaries had no way of knowing because they can't read this language. So it's not really the best proof. I mean, I do believe him because he seems to be pretty honest about this. And the missionaries are chasing him, so I feel they must know that he knows something that they don't want other people to know. But okay, let's hope that this proof is enough. Let's go back to Verdreis. And now I guess I will talk to the missionaries. And I need to talk to Essel as well. But I guess I'm going to talk to the missionaries first. They are right over here.
My child,
What can we do for you?
I need to talk to you about that tree bark. But yes, I can also ask them about their mission in the village, and I haven't done that the last time, so let's do it now.
What exactly do you hope to do in this village?
Well, bring light to these naive souls, of course.
Of course.
When we spread the word of Saint Matthias, I'm sure they will embrace our faith with fervor.
Anything else, my child?
Well, if you are so sure that they will embrace your faith with fervor, why do you need to resort to shady methods like making deals where you promise support in return for conversion? If your faith would speak for itself, there would be no need for that kind of bribery or blackmail even. But yeah, okay, let's talk about the tree bark now.
Do you maintain your version of events regarding the pact with the Queen?
Naturally.
If I were you, I would have taken some time to think before replying.
Really? Because we found the man who engraved this stone. A man that you wanted to silence. He gave us a piece of tree bark with the words the Queen had asked him to immortalize on the stone.
You see? Destroying the stone was not enough to hide your lies.
This is regrettable, but apart from this child, we're amongst civilized people.
if this village is so dear to you, then you know that it will not survive another assault from the Alliance without our help. Even if they don't know it, they need us.
What would you say if I offered you this hefty sum of money to forget about your unfortunate discovery? For the sake of the village, of course.
Of course.
As despicable as this agreement may seem, my colleagues are not entirely wrong. This village has suffered a lot from its first battle against the Alliance. Having allies would allow them to hold their ground.
Well, but, I mean, the agreement, the real agreement, was about military support, just not in return for conversion. So if they were being honest and truthful, they would stick to their agreement and protect this village, even if it doesn't mean that they will necessarily convert. But in the end, I feel the natives have to make this kind of decision if they want to keep up this alliance or if they want to do it on their own. Also, 400 gold coins is an insultingly low amount of money. I mean, I have like 10 times that amount of money already. So, if you think you can buy me this easily, I'm afraid you are wrong. Yeah, I guess I will just refuse their offer because this is not my call to make. The natives have to decide if they want to continue this alliance or not. So, thanks.
Don't count on me to support your lies.
That is regrettable, Your Excellency. Because of you, these poor children will be slaughtered by the Alliance.
And we were told that you were receptive to the light. How do you think that he will judge you?
And what will Teleme think of a foreign diplomat sabotaging the mission of their priests?
I cannot believe these mind shakers tried their lies on you. Let's go see Azeld without delay. We must tell her that they lied and chased these men away from our village.
Alright, let's do this. And I guess she will be the one to decide if she wants to keep up this alliance. But somehow I feel that she won't want to do this. But like I said, this is not my call to make. I am just relaying the information here. And the information is that the missionaries lied to you, unsurprisingly.
Siora, Asir, always with your new friends. Vertir to Madiseld, I'm happy to see you. What do you want?
Well, I have some news for you about your agreement with the missionaries.
Azeld, about this pact your mother supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
I did indeed. Talk about the stone that was destroyed. Reveal the missionaries' lies. Yes, let's just get straight to the point. But I never know with these options if I can take all of them, because sometimes you take one option and the other one just goes away. And sometimes you can just, you know, use all the options available, one after another. I don't know, let's talk about the stone first.
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora?
No, because it was destroyed by someone. I am certain that the priests did it to protect their lies.
You're probably right, but for as long as we cannot prove it...
I kinda
retrieved
can.
the piece of tree bark that Karadeg used as a model.
Siora, what's written on it?
Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help us in return. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here. And even less about them being entitled to the spirits of the people of our village.
So they lied. They mocked us and insulted the memory of our mother.
I think it's high time they left. Don't you agree?
I think so too. Come on, let's go. You lied to us. You took us for gullible children. Leave this village at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help with the Alliance, your people must convert to the light.
Well, apparently they don't want to convert to the light. I mean, maybe they would have considered it if you offered your help a little bit more selflessly, right? But with that kind of political meddling, you're not going to get far. Anyway, I can use my charisma now, but as you know, I always like to use my companions if there's an option, so let's do that.
Petrus, could you try to reason with them?
My brothers and sisters, you have tried to convert this village in a deceitful manner, but your attempt has failed. It's time for you to recognize your defeat and leave this place with dignity.
Father, do you really think that...
Come on. We cannot disobey a bishop, sister. We'd better leave now.
I agree. Oh, I just lost some reputation with Teleme.
I did not think they would leave of their own accord. Thank you, Anol Manawi. Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers. And we will be able to perform our rituals and give our mother back to the earth. Yes. Thank you. Our village is in your debt. Siora, I will need you for the ritual. Will you help me? Of course, Asir.
Alright, there we go. We finished the quest. We got a bunch of reputation with Siora. We lost some with the Teleme, but I think it's not enough to actually change my standing with them. No, I'm still friendly with all of them. Of course, Siora is still not friendly. She's still at nice, which means there might be another part of her quest later. Or maybe I just can't get her too friendly. I don't know. I'm pretty sure at some point there will be more quests for her, and then I will be able to remedy this over here. But yeah, I guess since this quest is over, the only thing left to do now is to continue with the main mission. So I need to go to Constantine and speak to him about the sanctuary. But I mean, I kinda have to find the High King, because he's the only one who can help me find Enol Milfrictiman. So I guess that's going to be my next objective. But I think we will not do this today. I will end the episode here. And in the next one, we will go back to the main mission and talk to Constantine again. So, as usual, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.